I'm Britt with QB365, and this is episode number 8 of the breakdown. Going to be different this episode. No throwing mechanics whatsoever. I know, it's crazy, but don't be scared. Alright, what I am going to do is I want to talk to the players, their parents, and their coaches to help their players out on how to get more recruiting exposure without paying anybody a dime.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
So right now, what are you guys doing? A lot of you guys are paying companies to retweet all your stuff, shoot your highlight video all over social media, get you Twitter famous. That's my keyword. And they're even sending your profile out to every single college in the country. Problem is, they're not just sending your film out, they're sending everybody else that pays them. So think about it from the college coach's side. He's getting 100, 500, 1,000 emails at a time from this one company, and they're not even going to look through any of them. They're just going to send them to the trash can because they don't have time to search through all that. So what I want to do is to try to show you, get you real practical with this, give you some specifics on how you can find schools and reach out to those schools and to those coaches that you need to reach out to, so that you can get some more notoriety from some of those coaches and not just from everybody, Tom, Dick, and Harry on Twitter. Now, the other thing guys are doing is paying large amounts of money to these guys that are going to take over their recruiting. They're going to handle it all. I'm not going to get into all that, but at best, it's a crapshoot, and at worst, it's a total scam. I've always said that the number one advocate for you, for your recruiting, is your high school head coach. I totally believe that's who the college coaches want to hear from. But if you can put a little initiative into it, put a little time, put a little work into it, you could probably extend and multiply some of these opportunities that you could have by getting more eyeballs of the right people on you. The first thing we're going to do is really make sure that our huddle profile and highlights are in good shape. I'm not going to go too much into highlights. There's plenty of places specifically for quarterbacks. Dub Maddox wrote a great article here recently. I'll link that to below, to where he talks about the mistakes you guys are making, and they're the things we say all the time. Okay, just few of the big points with that. No freaking bubbles or spot shadows or whatever before every single play. Unless they line you up at receiver for a trick play, or you're playing corner because you're the most athletic guy on the team and you got to lock down their receiver, that's it. Don't spot shadow anything else. Don't spot shadow the ball halfway through. It makes the film unwatchable. I'm serious. We keep telling you this, and I keep seeing videos with spot shadows. Enough. Don't do it. Keep it short. If I see a video is 12 minutes long, I'm probably not going to watch a whole minute of it. But if I see it's 4 minutes, I might watch all of it. So just to show you, don't put every single play, completed pass that you have in your video. All right? Best plays first. Show off that athleticism. Show off that you can escape the play. A coach likes the idea of when he calls the wrong play, your O-line does a block, your receivers don't get open, you can still make a play. When everything goes to crap, you're going to make something happen. And if you can show a few plays of that, it's going to give you a little bit more attention. All right, let's look at our profile now. I'm going to bring up one of my guys' profiles right now. All right, we're on your huddle profile. Basic info on this: name, graduation class, height, weight. Put your Twitter handle on there so they can find it easily. They want to see what you're like off the field, all right? And not going to go too much into this either, but you guys know what you need to do on your social media accounts. Keep them clean. You see all the time coaches will talk about how they cross-scout athletes off the list because they didn't like what they saw on their social media. So you guys know what to do with that. Height and weight. Do not over-exaggerate, all right? Do not put 6'4" if you're 6'2", and definitely don't put 6'2" if you're 5'11", all right? I know you want to do it. I know if you stand on your tiptoes, you're almost there, and if you're in your cleats, you're almost there. But a coach would much rather know what you are from the beginning then think that you're taller, or way more, or better put together, and then when they actually meet you, they're disappointed. If you're 175 pounds right now and it's February and you know you're not going to actually meet these coaches until May or June, you want to put 180, 185 on there, okay, but you better start adding the weight. But with height, there's no guarantee you're going to gain anything more forever. So be very, very careful what you put in height and weight. Now let's go to athleticism. Right down here. All right, 40, 100, vertical, squat, deadlift, shuttle, blah, 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 blah. All right. Here's where you want, I know what you want. You want to put that 40 time that you did 6 months ago that your trainer timed because your parents were getting mad at him because you didn't think you were getting faster, and all of a sudden you ran a 4.6, all right? But unless you have what you really, really think is a legit time, that's a good time, all right? Leave that blank. If you're a quarterback and you haven't ran anything 4.8 or better, leave it blank, okay? It's way better that a coach thinks you're slow than if he knows you're slow, all right? Keep working at it until you can get those times down. Then you get, especially if you can get a laser timed, one of those combines, that's great, okay? But keep it blank until you can put something on there that's respectable, that won't get you crossed off the list. All right, same thing. If you've got a really good vertical and you know it's legit, put it on there. If you don't, leave it blank. Squat, deadlift, all that. If you got it good, legit, okay, lifts, put it on there. If you don't, leave it blank. It's okay. Nobody said you got to fill in all these boxes. All right. Academic information. This is the big one. Make sure that stuff's on there. I got to get on this guy to put his ACT, SAT scores and GPA on there, okay? That's the first thing that a lot of coaches are going to look at to know whether if you're one of their guys, whether you're even going to be eligible and whether they should waste their time on you, all right? Contact information, make sure you put a good email for you. But again, most of the time they're going to be talking to your head coach and he'll have all your information as well. We got an optimized huddle profile and an awesome highlight video. The best we can do. All right. Now, what do I do now? Well, we're going to go to Google. I'm going to Google D2 football teams by state. Wait a sec, coach. Why D2? I'm D1. Well, here's the thing. This video is kind of specifically towards, in my head, a rising senior with no offers yet. And if you're a rising senior with no offers, the college football ecosystem is kind of telling you that you probably aren't D1. I'm not going to say it's impossible for your first offer to be a D1 scholarship in the summer or season of your senior year, but it doesn't happen a lot. So start thinking a little wider and start looking at a few schools a little lower, okay? You want to do this with D1 schools? Great, but you kind of already know those schools. You don't have to Google them. You want to do it with FBS, which one's D1 AA? Whichever. 1 AA schools, do that, all right? But you got to start getting your film to coaches that can actually give you scholarships. If you're just not D1, and this video, for most D1 guys, you don't need this video. There's a few things you can do to kind of get you some more opportunities, but you don't need what I'm doing here, because if you're D1, D1 teams will find you, okay? So we're going to start at D2 here. If D1's just your dream, then do the same thing I'm about to do to JUCOs, and then you'll get to do it. You'll get to do this all again in a year or two. All right. So Wikipedia is the best thing that I've found. It's the easiest to look at. So I go by state or province. All right. And now they're all listed by state: Alabama, Arkansas, Columbia, British Columbia, California, Colorado, Connecticut. Here's Georgia. All right. There's 7 D2 schools in Georgia. All right, I'm just going to pick one, okay? Let's try out Shorter University. All right, I'm going to go to Google again. Shorter football. Here's their page. Nice looking page. Okay. Let's go to roster. I want to know, if I'm a quarterback, I want to know their quarterback specs. Okay. So I'm going to look for quarterbacks. All right. Here's the first one. He's from Tennessee. Now that's a good thing to know, because you're not going to just stick to your in-state school. You're going to start going to other schools. Like today I'm doing Georgia. Tomorrow I'll do Alabama. The next day I'll do Tennessee, and so on. Okay. Keep expanding that net. But I need to know if they actually recruit anybody, especially quarterback position or my position, from out of state. So I know that they recruit out of state. Doesn't matter to me for this particular school because I'm from in-state. But if I start looking at Alabama, Tennessee, and so on, I need to know if they'll recruit out of state. All right, he's 6'2", 215, sophomore. All right. If I'm 6'1", 6'2", then I'm thinking, okay. Let's go another one. 6'1", 205 freshman. Another one, 6 foot, 190 pound sophomore. All right, even better. So if I'm thinking of, even if I'm just a 6 foot flat quarterback, this could be a potential school for me. Okay. Now let's look at their stats, because maybe I'm a quarterback that throws pretty well, but I'm not much of a runner. All right, let's go overall individual statistics. Okay. I need to know their quarterbacks. What do they do passing? All right, so they don't actually pass too much. The leader only had 151 passing attempts. He was only 51%, 800 yards, 5 touchdowns. They averaged 114 yards a game. So they're not a high passing school. So I need to know if maybe the quarterback runs a lot. Let's see, their leading passer. Okay, I find him. He only had 40 attempts of the year. 6-yard net rushing. Okay, so I know they're not asking their quarterbacks to run a ton. This is a potential school for me. Okay, so what do I do now? Okay, let's go to coaches. All right, so I'm going to go assistant coach, offensive coordinator. That's a good one. Quarterback coach, I'm going to find him. And recruiting coordinator, definitely going to find that guy. And I'm going to go to their email to everyone. Subject: Adam Britt, class of 2018, QB, Hebron Christian Academy. Coach where? My name is Adam Britt, and I play quarterback for Hebron in Decula, Georgia. My highlight film link is below. Please take a look when you have time and give me any kind of evaluation in regards to playing for shorter. I would love to check out the campus and attend your summer camp. Make sure you also put anything that's unique about you. What other sports do you play? Put in your GPA. This is just an idea, a starting point. Okay, don't make it too long, but make it a little bit individualized, a little original. Don't just put, coach, here, check out my highlights. That's it. Don't do that. Put a little something about yourself that just separates yourself from other guys. And you might not get a response from this coach, but you don't need a response from every coach. You just need a response from a few. And even if he doesn't respond, doesn't mean he doesn't like your film. If he does like your film, he's going to put you in their database. Then they're going to keep an eye on you and be able to reach out to your coach, which is the goal. We want as many coaches of schools that we like and we fit well into to reach out to our head coach so that our head coach can talk us up. Because like I said, our head coach is our biggest advocate in this whole process. And with just a little bit of time and effort, guys, we can maximize the eyeballs of college coaches from schools that we know we fit well into. That's going to be where we get the big benefit out of, not from just blasting our email to every single school in the world. Okay, and we can do all this without paying anybody a dime. That's the best part. So don't feel like you have to pay somebody to help with your recruiting. I just showed you how to get a lot of exposure all by yourself with just a little bit of time and effort. All right, guys, if this benefited you, I'm so glad. If it'll benefit someone else, someone you know, please share it with them. If you're a quarterback that hasn't seen any of my films yet, please follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook. All the links are below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would mean the world to me. And guys, I'm just here to help you guys throw better and use that to get some opportunities and to make some dreams come true. And that was corny as crap, but still, it was pretty good. You gotta admit. Thanks, guys.